Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, November 8th, 2017, and I am Katy McQuillan. Today's stories include Tarleton construction detours, more on the Ranger College tax with Quinicia Frazier, and the passing of an American astronaut. These stories and more coming up on Texan TV. In campus news, construction is being done around the Student Center. The west entrance to the Thompson Student Center is temporarily closed. According to Tarleton Today, administration advises that students enter through the south or east entrances by the dining hall. The sidewalk along south of Heritage is open for pedestrian use, but Jones Street, perpendicular to Lillian, will be blocked for vehicular access. In local news, Tuesday, polls opened at several voting locations as residents came to vote on the Ranger College annexation proposal. Polls were open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with the votes tallied up soon after voting closed. According to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, the votes were overwhelmingly in favor of voting no to the Ranger tax. In the end, there were 3,200 Erath County voters against 91 who voted in favor for the proposal. Early voter turnout was also high due to the dispute over the Ranger College tax. Ranger College proposed this tax rate in June and has since been the cause of much controversy over the past few months. An opposition group soon formed and gained more than 10,000 members who remained vocal on social media leading up to the election day. We now go to Quinicia Frazier with more on this story.
Yesterday was Election Day for Texas, and one major issue for Erath County residents was the Ranger College tax annexation.
Signs like this one can be found all over town. These signs are calling for the citizens of Erath County to vote no against the Ranger College tax annexation.
The tax annexation is a proposed tax increase for 11 cents per every $100. This would have allowed Ranger College to do more for students, including lowering the tuition of those that live in the county. Those paying the tax increase would be business and property owners. Most of the residents I spoke to said they didn't want the tax. Some even said that they wouldn't be able to afford it.
Well, I was against it, and I did not vote for it.
We're strongly against any new taxes, and we realize this tax does benefit some education and Ranger College's growth, but the tax is too steep. It's too steep for us as business owners, as residents here.
Andrew Boyer teaches at both Tarleton State University and Ranger College. He voted yes, and he said that he was tired of being disrespected because of his stance.
I'm actually kind of voting just because I'm sick of people slandering me. Even if I didn't have a horse in the race, I would probably end up voting yes, just because people were so awful on the other side. Because I was attacked often enough and saw other people being attacked often enough that I finally said, this is terrible.
After the early voting results came in, over 90% of Erath County ended up voting no to the tax annexation, and less than 3% voted yes. In Stephenville, I'm Quinicia Frazier, Texan TV.
And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, Apollo 12 astronaut Richard Dick F. Gordon Jr., one of a dozen men who flew around the moon but didn't land there, has died, NASA said. He was 88. Gordon was a test pilot when he was chosen for NASA's third group of astronauts in 1963. He flew on Gemini 11 in 1966, walking in space twice. In 1969, Gordon circled the moon in the Apollo 12 Command Module Yankee Clipper, while crewmates Alan Bean and Charles Conrad landed and walked on the lunar surface. Over the two flights, he spent roughly 300 hours in space. According to the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation, Gordon died Monday at his home in San Marcos, California. In national news, according to the Associated Press, Ralph Northam had a Trump-era victory in the race for Virginia governor against Republican Ed Gillespie on Tuesday evening. Northam, a pediatric neurologist and Army veteran, defeated longtime Republican operative Gillespie in the hard-fought contest. Northam told supporters gathered in suburban Washington, D.C., for his victory speech said, quote, "I am here to let you know the doctor is in. As long as I am governor, I will work hard to make sure we are inclusive." In international news, a group of European human rights lawyers say they have filed complaints with German federal prosecutors on behalf of 15 Syrians, alleging they were victims of crimes against humanity and war crimes by President Bashar Assad's government. The European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights said Wednesday one complaint involves allegations of torture and other crimes at the hands of Syrian Air Force intelligence. 9 Syrians in Germany and 2 Syrian lawyers are listed as complaints in that case. The second complaint from 4 Syrians alleged torture and other crimes at Saynata military prison. In all, 17 Syrian officials are named. Germany can initiate investigations under universal jurisdiction laws, but cannot try suspects in absentia. The ECCHR says it hopes Germany will file charges that could be taken up later by international courts. In sports, award-winning pitcher Roy Halladay died Tuesday afternoon when his private plane crashed into the Gulf of Mexico. Pasco County Sheriff Chris Naco said Halladay's Icon 40A5 went down around noon on the coast of Florida. Halladay's body was found in shallow water near some mangroves. No other survivors were found. Halladay, who once threw a perfect game and no-hitter, had been retired from baseball since 2013. Since his retirement, Halladay had been an amateur pilot. Halladay said in a tweet on October 13th, "I had dreamed about owning an A5 since I retired." Today's weather is brought to you by weather.com. Today you can expect rain until 6 p.m. Today's high will be at 44 degrees with a low of 35. Thursday will be a little warmer with partly sunny skies and a high of 56 degrees and a low of 42. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northern Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Quinicia Frazier, Latricia Powell, Ashley Inge, Danny Hernandez, Channing Flatt, and Rebecca Hernandez. Have a wonderful day, Texans.